Okay, welcome back guys to Monday Night Raw, April 30th, 2012 review. And overall, I gotta say, I enjoyed this Raw tonight. I thought it had some great stuff on it, and it was a really entertaining show. And I did not see the final segment coming at all with the whole Laurinaitis Cena thing. But just to get right into the show, they show the Raw starring Brock Lesnar bit. I thought they would do this angle because technically he didn't have to win the match. All he had to do was sign the contract for the match to get his demands met, and one of them was Raw is now called Monday Night Raw starring Brock Lesnar. So they did do that. They followed through with that. Laurinaitis comes out. He says Lesnar beat Cena so bad he will never be the same, and he brought legitimacy back. Brock comes out. He says the world got to see him bring the pain, and then Triple H comes out. He shakes Brock's hand, says he isn't going to get his demands anymore. He's not going to get the private jet. He's not going to get the limos. He's not getting more money. Laurinaitis didn't have the authority to approve those demands, and Triple H rips up the contract. He says that they want him in the WWE, but only under his original contract. He says if he leaves, he is leaving with his loss to Cena. Triple H turns around to say something to John Laurinaitis, and before he does, he clearly says, "Here we go," to Brock. I definitely caught that. I don't know how many other people caught it, but he definitely tells him, hey, now's the time for the spot. And when he turns around, Brock attacks him from behind. They would show this again like 5 times tonight, this entire angle. And each time they show it, they never show the front where Triple H says, "Here we go." They always show it from the back. But Brock attacks him from behind. He breaks Triple H's arm, and all the baby faces rush out to help him. We got Truth, Big Show, Sheamus, and Kofi, and that was it. Brock just snapped, started brawling with Triple H. He gets him in the armbar, the Kimura, and just, it looked really painful. He has his arm bent this entire time, and then he just goes all the way with it. And Triple H just starts screaming, "He broke my arm. He broke my arm." It was a really great segment. I just hope that they don't put too much focus on Triple H and make this about him. I don't need to see Triple H every week. I'm fine with him being backstage, doing things with the show. I think he's got some great ideas, but I do not need to see him on TV every week. Backstage, we see Triple H getting medical attention for his arm. Eve comes out, and she says that tonight's Raw is going to be a beat-the-clock challenge. Whoever wins with the shortest time gets a match with CM Punk at Over the Limit pay-per-view. So the first match is Miz versus Santino. Miz actually wins this match. He gets the skull-crushing finale, and he wins in 4 minutes and 18 seconds. So that sets the tone, and that's what everybody else has to beat. Layla versus Nikki Bella for the Divas title. The Bellas are arguing. Layla pushes one, and she hits the other Bella, and then she rolls her up and gets the win. Very, very short, maybe like 3 seconds or something. And as far as I know, this was supposed to be the Bellas' last night in WWE. We'll see what happens with that. I like the Bellas. I would prefer that they stay. But like I said in my Extreme Rules review, I don't think they're getting fired. I think it's them not wanting to stay in the WWE anymore. So then we get Chris Jericho versus Big Show. Jericho wins the match by countout. However, they didn't beat the clock. Now, I think this was a botch. They really shouldn't have made it come down to seconds here, because honestly, what are the odds? The first match is 4 minutes and 18, and the second match is 4 minutes and 17. But I think they were supposed to have the referee count Jericho as the winner, but the referee wasn't watching the clock. And throughout the matches tonight, you can see the wrestlers staring at the clock on the Titantron. However, the ref wasn't looking, and I think they botched this. So they just went ahead and said, hey, they didn't beat it. Miz has still got the title because, or has the record, because they knew that it wasn't going to be Jericho or Big Show at the end anyway, so it didn't really matter. But I think that was definitely a botch. We get Brodus Clay versus JTG. Apparently Brodus is back to squashing jobbers, which is really disappointing because, my God, have we seen this before. I think he's beat JTG alone 3 times. He didn't have Hornswoggle with him this time. At the end, he brings some kids into the ring and they dance around. Backstage, Eve is telling Laurinaitis he needs to step up and be a leader. The board is watching. She asks who Cena's next opponent's going to be, and he says he knows, and Cena's not going to like it. We get Randy Orton versus Jack Swagger. I thought Swagger looked pretty good in this match. He actually got a lot of offense in. He hits Randy Orton at one point with this huge shoulder to the knee, and I think Orton really got hurt on that. Not like a serious injury, but I think it did hurt him because he just screams out, shit. And they actually censored this. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty good match. Orton wins with the RKO in 4 minutes and 16 seconds. The funny thing about this match was afterwards, Orton's doing his big pose, and you see these soldiers at ringside clapping. I guess they don't know about the AWOL thing, or the dishonorable discharge or whatever, but it's just funny to see soldiers clapping for Randy Orton. Then we get Primo and Epico versus R-Truth and Kofi Kingston for the tag titles. Lawler updates us that Triple H, his arm is broken. This was a decent match. Kofi hits the Trouble in Paradise for the win, and we get new tag team champions. Now, I had heard that they really like Darren Young and Titus O'Neil as a team. I think they're a good team also, and they want to put the tag belts on these guys. However, when I heard the rumor, Primo and Epico were the tag champions, and you can't really have two heel teams wrestling each other for the tag belts. So this makes sense. They'd lose the belts to Kofi and Truth. Now Titus and Young can win them from Kofi and Truth. Primo and Epico can go do the Abraham Washington thing, so that's fine with me. And right after, backstage, we see Primo and Epico arguing. AW comes up. They agree to talk, and then they abruptly end this segment. They just cut to Great Khali. I guess they were trying to, they were short on time and didn't want to do the entire backstage segment. However, we just watched Khali dance for like the remainder of it anyway, so what was the point of even cutting away? So then we get Kane versus Great Khali. They choke each other, time runs out, and then they don't beat the clock. Kane chokeslams Khali after. This match was hilarious because a friend of mine I was watching it with, there was a spot where Khali is in the corner and Kane runs up and Khali gets a big leg up and just slaps his leg. And my friend says, man, he got that good leg up. He hadn't done that in years. And I mean, it was just so funny. Oh my god, I was laughing my ass off at that. But neither guy beats the clock, so they advertise Randy Orton and Sheamus versus Kane and Daniel Bryan for SmackDown. Then Daniel Bryan comes out, and his opponent for the Beat the Clock is Jerry Lawler. He's really excited. He's not afraid at all. He starts doing the yes chant. He's smiling. They have a match. Lawler taps to the yes lock, and Daniel Bryan beats the clock and goes on to have his match with at Over the Limit against CM Punk. CM Punk comes out, stands on the ramp, and just holds the belt up. This is awesome. If you've watched some of my other reviews, ever since Daniel Bryan lost the belt to Sheamus and going into Mania, I predicted that a great way to get Daniel Bryan to stay in the main event instead of going back to mid-card status is to have him feud with Punk. They had awesome matches on Raw and SmackDown, and it could be a great, great feud. And in those matches, there was never a clear winner. So no one's beat the other guy. So this could be a great feud, and I'm really glad that this is what's happening because Punk versus Bryan should be awesome, and that way Daniel Bryan stays in the main event picture. So I'm very happy with this outcome. However, I don't see why Jerry Lawler was taking a spot away from another guy. However, it was fine, and Daniel Bryan beat him quickly. So then John Cena comes out with his arm in a sling. He says his muscles were strained, but there were no breaks or tears. Laurinaitis comes out. He asked if Cena asked Laurinaitis if he got Zeus from No Holds Barred as his opponent. Laurinaitis says that he was just trying to motivate Cena by bringing in Brock. Cena insults him. Laurinaitis says he can make his life more difficult. And then Laurinaitis introduces his opponent for Over the Limit, and Lord Tensai comes out. Tensai and Sakamoto surround Cena, and they get in the ring, and he's like surrounded, but he's ready to fight even though his arm's in a sling. And Laurinaitis attacks Cena from behind with the mic, knocks him down. Tensai, Sakamoto, Laurinaitis, they all just start beating up Cena. And then Lord Tensai holds Cena's arm over the steel steps, and Laurinaitis grabs a chair and just slams it on Cena's injured arm. And he says that I'm your opponent at Over the Limit. I don't know why. I don't know what their plan is for this, how they're going to pull this off, why Laurinaitis in any universe would want to do this and be in a match unless he has some crazy scheme. So I have to think that they have something planned for this, but Laurinaitis says that he's going to be Cena's opponent for Over the Limit. So that was Monday Night Raw. Like I said, I found the show very entertaining. I was happy with the show. I really liked it. I thought they had some great stuff on here. And it was a pretty strong show coming back from the pay-per-view, so I was really happy with this one. And that's it. So I hope you guys like this review for this week's Raw. Leave your thoughts on Raw in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. I should have my 100 subscriber video shout out up tomorrow. And that's it. So thanks for watching. Bye.